Hey guys, hope you're all having a good night. So we're gonna do a quick reading. I don't know what the fuck's up. I was like literally started watching a movie. Anybody who knows me, I'm like the worst. I start like watching a TV show or a movie and I'll like pause it like a million fucking times. I'm like literally the worst. Unless I'm with you, then I'll try not to do it. It's usually better if I watch it at people's houses because I don't have control of the remote. But yeah, no, I started watching this movie and then I had like all these emotions and shit coming up not related to the movie. So I paused it to like purge and process, and then Spirit like wanted me to do like a reading randomly, so I'm like, okay, and then I'm gonna go watch my romantic movie because I like romance, because I'm a hopeless romantic, obviously. You know, I like to play Cupid, I like to be Cupid, I like to see love, I like to be in love, like, you know. Okay, hold on, because I don't know what the fuck they wanted me to do the reading for. We got hope and balance. I just like pop the cards. So there's a lot of like up and downs right now. The last few days have kind of been like this. Like the energy has been really weird transitions for a lot of people. This is not going to resonate with everybody. It's only going to be resonating with people who are in like a few different cycles. There's a lot of up and down with what you're trying to manifest or what you desire, what you want. It might be like more than one thing. It might be one thing. It might be more than one thing. It's going to be different, obviously, for everybody. But it feels like you felt this energy or felt like it was coming, then it was like taken away, then it was coming, then it was taken away, then it was coming, then it was taken away. If you are aware of like kind of what's going on, and they're saying some people really don't understand what's going on. So what's kind of going on is you're being shown what you really desire, what you really want. And then what's going on is you're having these purges, or you're having these releases, or you're having this awareness come up to areas that's blocking that. So something that actually popped in my head earlier and they're asking me to talk about is, I say this all the time and like I didn't really understand it until like Spirit said it to me earlier today, like when I was purging something, or was it yesterday, whatever the fuck day, it doesn't even matter. And it was, hold on, let me think how to say it. It's, even if the perfect opportunity, person, job, whatever gets presented to you, you're never going to see it, accept it, or whatever until you're ready to. So it doesn't matter if it's presented right in front of your face, you're never going to get it until you're ready to receive it. So you could have already met the perfect person and know they're the perfect person, but you're sabotaging it or running away from it or whatever, and you're not really actually accepting them because you're scared of love or whatever it is, right? Same thing with jobs, same thing with everything. But it's so subconscious that even people like myself, who is very self-aware and spiritually connected, I didn't even see shit that I was doing, okay? So like we have these patterns and we have these conditionings, and what we're doing, like a lot of people are working on, is learning how to accept things the way they are in the present moment without going into our inner child tantrums or being reactive because we're not getting what we want and we're not wanting to be patient. So we're learning how to actually be patient with what we want and hold out for what we actually want and not try to go be impulsive with things that aren't in alignment with us. We're learning how to release control of stuff and changing our behaviors and seeing how much we try to control things out of fear, how we try to control things out of conditioning. We're also seeing like really deep underlying traumas and things that have happened to us and how they shape our behaviors now. And we've all kind of had like our very general ones, but like these are even deeper and deeper ones that we're starting to see and get more awareness to. A lot of people are kind of in and out of the void. You're feeling kind of what's coming for you, and then you're kind of feeling the opposite. Trust your intuition. If you're in that energy, and I only get a few of you are in that energy specifically, I am also going through that, and we're learning how to decipher what energy is what. So what is ours, what is something we know, what is collective energy, what is intergalactic energy has been coming in for me on off, you know, what's angel energy, like all that type of stuff. So if you're in that and you're getting hit with different types of energies, you're learning how to understand the difference. A lot of people are connecting more to their soul energy. A lot of people are working on coming into their more authentic, real self and their truth without needing to be something they're not. We're also seeing like areas where we have perceptions and beliefs based on what we've picked up from other people or society too. So there's just like a lot of stuff going on. A lot of people are mirroring energy. If you're in one of those situations, you would already know that you're mirroring energy, because as you shift or say something, the other person shifts or says something back in regards to that. But a lot of faith and trust is like what you're working on right now. And some people it's purging, some people it's awareness, some people it's being asked to take like a giant leap of faith and trust, even though what outside of you is not what you intuitively know. You're learning how to trust in what you feel and know. I don't mean your emotions. I mean what you intuitively, what your soul feels, what you intuitively feel and know, versus what you're hearing or seeing on the outside. That's not for everybody, obviously. Only take whatever message resonates for you, because everybody's going to have different messages with that. And I'm not going to explain them, because you'll interpret them in the way you're supposed to. So, like that. Okay. We got heart chakra on the bottom. I wonder what's underneath it. Ooh, solar plexus chakra, emotional loss. That doesn't feel like the card though. Heart chakra, solar plexus chakra. It feels like actually this big purge with your solar plexus, and like it feels like more stuff's coming out that you don't feel confident about, that you don't love about yourself. But you're also learning how to empower yourself and have more courage, which I love. The power card came back out because we got the lion energy. I feel like this card comes out every Leo season, which is the lion, right? The strength card. But like, I feel like it comes out every single time it's Leo season. The lion just constantly shows up. But with the heart chakra, it's like a lot of you guys are going into heart chakra openings, which is not very comfortable, might I add. I've been going through this for a few days. It's not hard, but it's not the most comfortable. It's not easy surrendering to doing things in a different way than you've always done them. It's not easy to trust your soul and your spiritual guidance over everything you've learned. It's not easy. And the more that you're gaining, and you're being guided always, but the more you're gaining awareness to this situation and you're understanding it, the more you're willing to open your heart up. Some of you are in this situation right now. Some of you are not in this situation right now, and that's okay. If it resonates with you, you'll know. I just randomly pulled the card up, like the deck, and I got the Solitude Tower card. So some of you guys might be having, if you're ignoring this right now, you're ignoring the spiritual guidance or the emotions kind of trying to come up, or the discomfort, like you probably are having tower moments come up and things specifically to trigger you. It definitely feels like some energy where some of you guys are kind of resisting the changes, or you're not really like kind of freeing yourself from the past. You're still trying to live in the past energy, and spirit's like having people like trigger you and like having specific tower moments come up to help you to acknowledge and face these things that you need to, and to stop running. I'm going to say my famous quote, which I'm sticking on our shirt whenever the fuck I do my t-shirt line, which is like, why take the hard way when you can take the easy way? Like, I don't understand the mentality. If it's not comfortable taking the easy way, but it's like, okay, when I say that, I got like fucking bug bites on my, I'm going to tell you guys a little story that happened to me yesterday. I got bug bites all over my ankle. I'm fucking itchy. I'm going to try not to scratch them. If spirit is guiding you towards something, or your soul's guiding you towards something, okay, and you know it's right for you, when you run away from it, you're probably supposed to be running if you're actually running, because you're learning a different lesson. But this is all about self-awareness, and then this is making different choices. So if you know something is best for you, or you know something is good for you, why are you going to run away from it and take the hard route? And I say the hard route because you're prolonging it, you're making it more difficult. Now there's more energy of resistance that you need to heal and change. So you're actually taking longer and healing more than just sitting with the discomfort short term, temporarily, and then it's gonna be fine. But it's like, no, like, let's not do that. You know what I mean? So take the easy way. It's not easy. It's, you know, uncomfortable, but it's shorter term. And I guess maybe some people need the long-term shit. Maybe that helps you guys better. For me, it doesn't. For me, I'm just like, if I have a self-awareness, I got to do this. Like, I can't not do it. It's just, I guess, my personality type. I don't know. I used to not be that way, but now I am, because I'm like, I've seen how not dealing with it affects me worse. So I'm like, why would I want to do that to myself? Like, no. But as I'm saying that, I guess maybe some people do need to take the long route because that's the way that they need to learn. They need to learn that running away from shit, doesn't help you, and they need to kind of get to that place too. So everybody learns in their own way, but okay. We got power, partners, but hold on, can't talk. Power, partnerships and alliances, crown chakra. I just started getting hit with this weird energy and I feel like I can't fucking talk randomly. Like literally. Can we just like acknowledge how fucking weird the energy has been the last few days? I know I always say that, but like it has been the weirdest I've ever felt since I've been existing in this body. Okay, we'll do the bottom cards afterward, I guess. So Spirit is saying a lot of you guys are going to be, or you already are, either energetically or physically working toward this and or manifesting it, depending on where you are, working with other people. And very specifically, and they're showing me root chakra with this. A lot of you guys have fears and safety with this issues. So this could be a romantic relationship. This could be a friendship. This could be a business partnership. This can be, a coworker relationship, anything where you're having to work with somebody else. What it feels like is it doesn't feel like this, I need to stand in my power and be like, dominant and stuff like that. It actually feels like you standing in your authentic self, which is your power, your true power, not your fake power. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. When I say your fake power is a lot of times we'll throw walls up or we'll get very guarded and defensive with people to try to kind of assert dominance so they don't do things to us that has happened to us in the past. That's not really standing in your power, because basically what you're doing is you're trying to control a situation and how somebody responds, and you're basically trying to scare them or trying to intimidate them or whatever you're trying to do into getting them to do or not do whatever you want, which is very controlling, even though we subconsciously do it because we've learned that and we've learned that's how it keeps us safe and whatever. When you're standing in your true power, you are being who you are and you're not acting out of ego. You're acting out of self-love. There's no need for self-protection because you already know like you're safe and everything's good. And you're in a place where if somebody does do something or somebody, whatever, you're in a place where you know that you're strong enough that you can handle it in a calm ass way or in a way that comes from self-love and not reaction. So, and it's not about being perfect, but it's having that power within yourself, where you're not trying to avoid people's situations or prevent them from happening. You're like, okay, I know that no matter what happens, I'll be able to handle it and I'm good. And you're coming from the place within you where you're releasing control and just accepting shit as it happens. You can't prepare for stuff in the future and prevent things from happening to you, like at all. Like as much as we like to control things, you really can't. And I think a lot of people are learning that right now. So basically what I'm getting is you're learning how to stand in your true power and come from your soul energy rather than the ego and the trauma. And you're going to be working with somebody. And it feels like a good, for obviously use discernment because, to each their own, everybody's situation is different. And this is a general reading. But for the people I'm doing the reading for, like who I am specifically channeling, it's going to be a very good partnership. It feels like a lot of safety there, a lot of fun. It feels like you guys already know this person. It doesn't feel like somebody new or somebody kind of out there. It feels like somebody you already know and you're comfortable with, but in some way you're going to be partnering with them, whether you're going to be getting into a relationship with them, you're going to be doing a business with them, you're going to be doing both, like doing podcasts, I don't know, whatever the fuck you're doing with them. What Spirit is saying is allow your soul knowledge to come through and not go into your ego whenever this happens. It feels pretty current, like within the next few weeks. Like it feels pretty current from whenever you see this. So whenever you see this is the next few weeks, generally speaking. Okay. Got the same card that came out last time. Victory and success, the waiting game, destiny. So didn't I just say earlier about, I don't think I said it exactly like I'm going to say, is when you have something you want, learning to be patient with it and not running away from it and holding on to it and like learning how to trust in the timing. So it's like you want something and you desire something and it's like I said that about like not throwing the inner child tantrums and actually sitting and being patient instead of like, no, I don't want this. That's kind of what this is right here, is when you're learning how to stand in your power and you're understanding that you need to be patient, that things take time. This is where you're blossoming and the foundation for what you want is actually building. And you're being shown this. And it's funny because they gave me this message literally right before they asked me to do this reading. And it was, I think I said something similar in another reading where I said, sometimes you're shown a vision before something happens, or sometimes you feel the energy or pulling toward a person, a situation, whatever it is. It will be different, obviously, for everybody before it happens, because you need to be able to work through all of the trauma, the blockages, the conditioning, all of that stuff in order for you to have a solid foundation with that person or situation. And you're shown that ahead of time to encourage you to actually get there. So it's like you can feel that love, you can feel that excitement, you can feel that passion, you can feel that energy. And that's what's helping you along the way to actually go through those blockages. Because had you not felt that, you might be like, fuck this, I'm not working toward this, I don't give a shit. If there is no reward at the end, like what purpose would you have to work toward it? So if you were shown something and it hasn't happened yet, it's not, I'm going to give up. It's doing what I said before, which is being fucking patient and realize that you're healing and you're growing through stuff and you're setting a foundation within yourself and that situation too, simultaneously, for whatever is destined for you. Like anything you've been shown or promised is going to happen for you. Like, this is not you making shit up in your head. This is like spirit giving you visions. This is spirit showing you things, and it comes through very different. Usually when it comes through, it comes in calm. It does not ever come in anxious. It comes in calm, and it comes in as like this very clear knowing, this very clear knowing. And it's not like you're just sitting here and you're like daydreaming and, you know, off on La La Land, and then you're like, ooh, that sounds good, and you're picturing shit in your head. It doesn't come in like that. It just will literally randomly, like the vision I had about something, I was in my kitchen area and it was like moving like wine glasses or something. I was doing something. I think I was dusting. I don't even remember what I was doing, but it was over there because I remember I dropped a glass because they yelled at me. And that's how I remember it. But I had the vision a little bit before that. Wait, was that when I was dancing in my kitchen? I might have been dancing in my kitchen and I had this random ass vision, but I wasn't even thinking about it. I wasn't even thinking about anything. It just came through and I saw it. I've had a few of them like that, so I can tell the difference because I'm used to it now. I had visions for a long ass time, even since I was a kid. I didn't know it until I didn't have awareness to my visions until a few years ago. Until Spirit showed me that those are visions, by the way. But yeah, like they'll usually just kind of like, I could be talking like this and boom, like randomly get a vision. It's not when you're consciously thinking about stuff or daydreaming about stuff and trying to want it. It is when usually it's kind of out of the blue and they show it to you. Almost always it's out of the blue. But regardless, it doesn't matter because anything that's meant for you is going to happen for you and you're always being guided the right way. So even if you are, say, wrong, that you thought it was a vision and it wasn't, and you're wrong, it's still leading you where you're supposed to go. Like you're not making mistakes. You're still being led there, and it hasn't been shown to you that it's wrong for a reason. And I can feel somebody's anxiety when I said that. This is where faith and trust comes in. Is, do you know inside, without anybody saying it, external shit, like without all the stuff kind of going on, that is true? You can feel it as a truth. It's not a conscious thought. It's not like I want this to happen and stuff like that. You can actually feel it in your body. Like when you think about it, you can sense it. And a lot of times it's more than one vision. If it's having to do with the person or situation, it's more than one vision, and it's spirit constantly giving you messages for you to move in this direction. Like spirit actually guiding you to move in this direction if it is something that your soul is calling you to. If it's not something your soul is calling you to, it's not a soul calling. It's not, a destined event. It's not something that I'm talking about, but I'm very specifically talking about this stuff. They want me to say this to you. Be conscious of what you listen to with other people, whether you're watching readings like this or whether you're getting readings from people. Be conscious of that because not everybody has your best interest at heart. Like, obviously, you guys know that, like, I'm very honest and I've never done, like, shady-ass readings. I don't do stuff like that. You guys have been called out a lot on stuff, so I know you guys know that. Oh, I love that the star card I just opened up to. We're going to definitely read that one. But I've had readings before with people too who have told me shit that was completely opposite of what my spirit team has shown me and all of that. So they're telling me to tell you that because you should always be trusting yourself over anybody. And that goes for me too when I say that is I trust, like when I get a message for people, I trust it 100%. Not them being like manipulative or whatever. Like I just always know, you'll know when you're supposed to know, you'll understand when you're supposed to understand, but you should always be trusting yourself. If something I say right now doesn't align with you, then it doesn't align with you. Like that's okay. But if you're going from reader to reader, or you're going on TikTok, or you're seeing all these things and you're wanting them to be true, that's where you disappoint yourself and get hurt. There's a huge difference, and it's really hard to explain because it's just like an internal thing. And it's like, for me, especially lately, like, so there's a few people I follow that are spiritual. Sometimes their shit resonates and sometimes it doesn't, but I'm not making it try to resonate for me because I want it to. And I used to actually fall into that where I just watch reading after reading and it would be everything I actually want to happen and not what was actually happening. So usually what I'll do is I can feel the energy. Should I read this or should I not? And I can usually tell, like, as soon as I'm about to read something that it's a message for me because I can feel a shift in my body, or I'll start crying before I even consciously have a second to read the message. So that's not going to be the same for everybody else, but you can tell the difference. Yes, sometimes we fight it and we're scared of it, but it's like you'll keep feeling that intuitive nudge, you'll keep feeling that message, you'll keep feeling that guidance. Not everybody is in this energy. Everybody who's on this page or is going to watch this video, not everybody is in this energy. And that's why I say use your discernment. You know, if you're this feels like somebody like younger, like maybe in their 20s, like young 20s or something that I'm channeling, maybe teens, maybe young 20s, maybe a few of you, where you're wanting this love situation to be what you want it to be and want it to be this divinely guided thing. Like maybe you've seen somebody in this or whatever the fuck it is. You have to trust that just because you haven't met like a soulmate type person now, or you see other people, that might not be a part of your journey. And maybe you're supposed to be with this person. If you like them, just enjoy your relationship with them. Like it doesn't have to be this destined thing. Like if you break up, you'll be okay. Like you don't have to worry about stuff like that. And I think a lot of those type of relationships are the relationships that teach us so fucking much. Like they help us grow into who we are and like really find our strength. So even if it's not a lifelong relationship, even if it's not that, you know, soul connection, like it doesn't mean that that person doesn't have a purpose. It doesn't mean that you can't enjoy them while you can. If you're holding on to that, it has to be this final outcome. I have to end up with this person. You're probably not really holding on to them. You're holding on to trauma. From my perception, when you love somebody, yes, you want to be with them, but you also know that like, no matter what happens, you're going to be okay. Like, yeah, it would be hard to lose that person, but then you know that like there was something bigger or better for you to happen. And it's kind of like this disconnect, but not really, because you could always love that person, you know, whatever. Personally, my perspective, and it's not just because I'm Cupid in human form, I need to really hook people up, like for real, where they get married so I can call myself Cupid, because I'm not doing a very good job of it. But I need to get better at being, I really want to be Cupid. See, 9 of Raphael, look at that. Dreams become a reality, make a wish. Look at, you know what guys, fuck this. We're taking both of those cards because they're the same fucking cards and I randomly just keep opening the deck to these 2 different cards and I can feel the energy to take them. But anyway, like when you meet a destined partner, a soul mate, twin soul, whatever word we're going to use for it, okay? Because it's going to be different for everybody. You will be with them forever. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's literally a part of your destiny. You come here. The love is undeniable. Everybody can see it. Everybody can feel it. Like, regardless of everything, the way it looks, like, you can just feel it. Like, it's just there. And it's there the second you meet them. Like, literally instantly the second you meet them. And it's not that, you know, comfort, like my childhood trauma comfort. It's this instant, you don't even have to say words. It's just this instant connection the second your eyes kind of meet. And it's hard to explain it. And I don't really want to explain it because I really don't need to. If you're in that, you'll know. And if you're not in that, that's okay. Like, don't worry about it. Just enjoy just enjoy it while you're in it. Like, just enjoy. Like, don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't try to control shit so much. Just enjoy the process. Let me read these 2 cards. I'm gonna pull like a few cards. These are the 2 that I randomly pulled out, but they had me pull out. 9 of Raphael, make a wish, dreams become a reality, a joyful time of life. And we got the Star card, a dream come true, believe in yourself, the end of a difficult situation. And actually, I get from Spirit, this is the divine masculine and feminine. I love it. Ooh, 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 ooh. And I love how I like randomly open to the deck and like pull the cards. It makes it even more special to me. Feels like the masculine is really thinking about what he wants and is really working on making a plan to take action for his dreams. It feels like if he's in this energy, obviously use discernment if this message is for you. If he's in this energy, he seems like he's actually like, he knows what he wants and he's like gonna stop letting fear get in the way. The feminine feels like she's like just chilling. She's just like I'm good. Like, I know all this is happening. Like, I've seen it. I felt it. Like, I'm good. Like, I trust it. This feels like a really good energy, and it feels like you guys are at the end of a cycle right now. And you definitely would be feeling that if that was for you. You're definitely would be feeling that. And I very much said what I said in the beginning, which is that I'm not taking all these. That this reading's not going to be for everybody. Okay. On the bottom, we got, no, just this one, Queen of Ariel. Queen of Ariel, what I'm getting from her is just this nurturing, feminine, goddess energy coming into her power and just exuding like all this internal beauty that's like outwardly going to people. Like, she's just standing in her power, and it's just this soft, beautiful like way of just being. Like, she's just being her, and it's actually just sending this energy out, and it's helping her to actually manifest what she wants. Like, she's being a magnet rather than chasing, and it's an energy. So it doesn't have to be a female, but it feels like the divine feminine. But really, if you're not in that energy, that's also a great thing for you to try to get into and work toward, is being in your feminine, if you're a feminine, being in your feminine energy, which is coming into your power, making choices that are good for you, making choices that are from your soul, even when they're hard, making choices to also be empathetic and understanding that people are not perfect and people make mistakes. And like, there's a difference between somebody who's maliciously doing something and intentionally doing something versus somebody who makes a mistake, who owns up to it, who takes like accountability and doesn't do it again, and you can feel that they're not going to do it again. There's a difference between those 2 types of people. So obviously I'm not going to always give advice. You guys are smart enough to know which choice is best for you in that. But when you come into your true like feminine energy, is like you don't give a fuck. Like, you care about shit. I don't want to say it like you just automatically don't give a fuck about stuff, but you stop holding back what you say and do because you're worried about what people are going to say. You might still have the fears of what people are going to say, but you do it anyway, where you're like if you've noticed me, like my hair is like a fucking mess. I have no makeup on. Like, I've actually been doing a lot more readings like this. Like, I'm literally just wearing like t-shirt and fucking sweatpants. Like, I've been doing a lot more readings like that, which I've always kind of done them without like, I don't really give a fuck anyway. But like, if you've noticed, I've also started speaking my truth more. When people come into my shop, if I don't want to talk to you, like, I'm very fucking blunt about it. Like, I've stopped trying to pacify things. I've stopped trying to do things because I'm so worried about other people or what I should do, what is expected of me. And I'm starting to do with, what do I want to do? That's the question I keep asking myself when I get stuck. Do I want to do this, or do I not want to do this? If I don't want to do this, then I'm not going to do it. If I want to do it, I'm going to do it. And it's just as simple as that. And a lot of times it's when we're kind of fighting, and this is what I posted about the other day, when we're kind of fighting and we're like not sure what what we should or shouldn't do. It's, do we want to do this or we don't want to? And a lot of times it's because our ego conditioning is like, well, we should do this. Well, this person, and we're always thinking about like other people and other things and whatever. We should be living in truth, in alignment with us, and doing what's right for us. And it's not fucking selfish. And being confident in yourself is not fucking cocky either. Like, being proud of yourself is not cocky either. Like, the other day I went through some hard fucking shit and I go, fuck this shit, I'm buying myself a cookie. So I bought myself a cookie and I was like, bitch, I'm fucking proud of you. I was like, I'm so proud of you for doing this and this and this and this and this. And I started just being me and owning me and not giving a fuck. Like, yes, I still have insecurities. Yes, I still have things that come up, but I'm saying how I feel and I'm living in my truth. And instead of chasing, instead of worrying, instead of controlling, I go, hey, what's good for me right now, and doing what feels good for me and not needing to try to control shit so much. Spirit's been really helping me with this. They've been really guiding me with this. Like my soul's been really guiding me with this. I'm starting to see more and more and more how my ego tries to sabotage when I'm getting all this really good energy or this really positive stuff, and Spirit's showing me kind of future stuff and I'm feeling all this really good things. Boom, this negative thought comes in and it just fucking ruins it. And I'm like, damn, okay, I didn't even realize I did this so much. And it's just one thought that comes in that makes you start questioning everything. And it comes in to make you question everything because we like to keep ourselves safe. And what we're feeling is unfamiliar and very uncomfortable because we haven't felt it before, because we're actually living in our soul truth instead of our ego and our trauma, right? So like that, but also seeing like the past where I was trying to control things or trying to get things to go a certain way. And I realized it was because I was very uncomfortable with sitting with certain emotions, very uncomfortable with sitting with certain feelings, being very impatient with things, not realizing that things actually take time and things are not just as instantaneous as society makes us feel like they are, or makes us look at things the way they are. And a lot of my conditioning's been coming up where I'm starting to see that, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna breathe through this. But I was like, nah, like the other day I was like, I'm really fucking proud of myself. Like, and I was just like, damn girl, you be good, like whatever. And I've been like, you know, I'll video journal to myself and I'll blow myself a kiss, like looking cute, you know, whatever to myself. I don't give a shit. And it feels good to actually be doing that. And every time I catch myself trying to control something or whatever, like I'll take a deep breath real quick and I go, okay, like how can I change this? Like what can I do to kind of be in alignment with myself? And it's a journey. So we're always where we're supposed to be. And we're always guided to be that way. And we're always guided to be where we are. And I had no idea I even did shit like that until more recently. So it's all just growth and learning. We're all in different phases. We're all in different steps and stuff. Okay, we got 4 of Michael, 2 of Ariel, 7 of Raphael. Oh, the point I was saying though was when you come into that power, you're not chasing and you're not trying to control it. You're actually just magnetizing, and you're like, I'm standing in my power. I'm not going to fucking go against what I actually desire and what I want for other people trying to tell me different or bring me down or whatever. And it's not from a place of cockiness or bitchiness. It's a place of self-worth. And a lot of times we're taught, ooh, you can't be that way because then you're fucking arrogant, you're this. No, you're not. No, you're not. Get out of the conditioning. No, you're not. With the 4 of Michael, it feels like a lot of people in kind of hermit mode again. I have definitely been in hermit mode. A lot of people in hermit mode, a lot of people in reflection and introspection mode right now. For some of you guys, it's been like that, and some of you guys are going to be coming out of this, but a lot of people are still in this where you're needing time to yourself, where you're needing time away from stuff. You might not have really like motivation or passion or excitement for things. Things might kind of be like dull right now or kind of in the void energy. You're supposed to be in that because you're healing and growing. So, you know, be patient with yourself as you're going through this. Like all of those good feelings will come back. You're just supposed to be focusing on like the healing right now. With the 2 of Ariel, got like a few different energies the second I looked at this. There's definitely a balance in the masculine and feminine energy. Collectively, we're working on it, and internally, we're working on it, like within our own energies. This feels like the masculine is learning how to stand strong with his emotions and balance his feminine energy. Like he's really learning how to stand strong in it. And feminine is like so attracted to it. She was just like, damn, masculine. Okay, that's what's up. I don't know what the purpose of this fucking card was and like why they wanted me to tell you that. I guess that's all, I don't know. Maybe somebody needed that as validation or something, because that's like a weird message for them to have me say. Whatever, I don't question it. Okay, 7 of Raphael. So I definitely keep seeing the yellow solar plexus chakra, like encouragement, confidence, courage, empowerment, all that stuff. Some of you guys are learning how to calm your thoughts down, and you're learning how to speak your truth, learning how to feel safe with your truth and saying it. It also feels like a lot of you guys, and I said this before, is releasing conditioning and what people said. So you're learning how to kind of like differentiate between what is yours versus like what you've learned versus what you've heard versus what you actually feel and know. This is like emotions, feelings, just all kinds of stuff. What they want me to say though to you guys about this is, and I think I said this the other day, everybody's situation is different. Nothing is one size fits all. Okay. Nothing is one size fits all. So what might work for me isn't going to work for somebody else. The advice that I give, about what I'm going through might not work for you because the way you handle things and process things are different. And, it goes kind of like in the beginning, like where my mentality, like I was saying, my mentality is like, why am I going to take the hard way when I can take the easy way? Like, to me, it's just like, it's the shorter route. It's like, yes, it's uncomfortable as fuck sitting in it short term, but why would I prolong it and deal with it long term? Where sometimes for people, it's easier to deal with it longer term and process it in a longer term way for them to learn better. Just like some people are, visual people, some people, learn through reading. So it's, or through talking, hearing people and stuff verbally. So it's just different for everybody. And you can't just take what I say or, what other people say. Like, you have to do what's right for you. And that includes anybody telling you that. That includes therapists, includes anybody. I say this because when I do readings for people, I can feel your energy and what you need. So the advice I give to you is advice that's directly coming from either your soul, spirit, one of the higher powers, so I can tell you what you actually need. Is not from my own ego and my own advice. And I can't remember if I talked about this or not. I don't think I did, but this is something that's been coming up for me a lot the last few weeks, where I haven't really wanted to talk to people about anything that's been coming up for me for weeks. Like, I don't want to talk about it with anybody. Like, not one person. I don't even think, I might have told one person, but like beside that, I haven't told anybody. And the reason why is because I'm just sick of fucking hearing people. Like, and what I mean by that, it sounds fucked up, but I don't mean it like that. What I mean is, like, when I tell somebody something that's going on, first off, I already know, I've already worked through it. I already know the fucking answer. I've already been spiritually guided. And somebody will just try to give me their advice, or they'll just tell me their perspective from their own stuff. And they're coming from this very ego place. They're coming from this conditioning. They're coming from this subconscious thing. They're not taking the time to see if this is aligning with their soul, if this is their intuition, is this whatever. And the problem is people blindly give advice based on their own perception and their own experiences. And that is very limited because somebody else's situation might be completely different than what you've experienced. And I realized for a while I was asking myself, and I've been actually purging this for months and working through this until I finally understand it now, is why don't I listen to other people? And I've talked about this where I'm like, am I just being like cocky? Like, am I just like an asshole? Like, I don't listen to other people? Like, am I just being stubborn? Like, am I just think I know everything? And I was like, this is the difference. And then I was like, am I like other people? And then like, maybe I'm just thinking I'm better than people. And I'm like, this is not that at all. And Spirit's been working with me and I understand it now. It's because when I'm giving somebody advice, I'm coming from them. I'm coming from my soul, your energy. I'm coming from source directly. So I trust the advice I'm giving. I have had a few people give me spiritual advice and they know I listen because I'm like, damn, and I can feel their energy and they're getting it directly from spirit in some energetic spiritual capacity. And I can feel that. And that's the advice I will listen to. And only that advice. So when people give me advice outside of that, I don't listen. And I was questioning my ego, human conditioning was kind of questioning myself with that. And I realized that's not why. And I have one friend and like I would talk to her about stuff and ask her for support. And she would always say some shit to me, not even realizing she did it. But see, we all mirror stuff. So we say shit that we don't even realize we're saying, right? And it would always irritate the fuck out of me. And I'm like, this is why I don't fucking talk to people. Like, this is why I don't tell you shit, because I didn't ask for your fucking opinion. I was explaining to you what I was going through. And then she just says some dumbass, like, conditioned fucking response that I'm just like, that is such a toxic ass perception. Like, it's truly like what she said was so toxic. And I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? And it was very much, the message, I'm going to give you the general message of it, was basically you should make people chase you. And like make people work for it. And I'm not going to give the whole example of it. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, no. Like, no. People will give you advice from their trauma, from their conditioning, from what they need to tell themselves. So this is why I keep saying this message to use discernment. I have been saying this so much on spiritual readings too, and spiritual people, that I've seen like thousands of fucking likes on this one post the other day where she's saying shit and I'm just like, what the fuck? And I can feel the energy and I'm like, she's like literally like in fear programming it right now. Like she's in fear conditioning right now, and she's not speaking from spirit, she's speaking from fear. And all these people are liking it and quote unquote resonating with it. And I'm just like, oh my fucking God. I'm just like, yeah. The more that I stand in my truth, the more that I keep aligning with my soul, the more I can actually feel that stuff. And so I'm realizing how much shit, even from these like spiritual gurus or these people who are relationship experts and all this stuff, I'm realizing how much of their own conditioning is actually going into these messages, and I can keep feeling it. And it's actually quite uncomfortable to realize how many people don't actually channel from their truth, how many people are just fucking talking to talk and not even realizing how it's actually affecting people. With that being said, all of that has its purpose. Like every single one of those messages you read is an opportunity for you to trust your intuition or listen to somebody else. And if you listen to somebody else, it's an opportunity for you to see how you weren't trusting in yourself, or you weren't taking the time to reflect, is this something that aligns with me and resonates with me or not? And that's why I keep saying in this reading itself is this message is not going to be for everybody. This message is not for every, just because you want it to be doesn't make it for you. You will naturally and energetically feel if it's for you. And it's like, you can't consciously make it for you, okay? Like you can't do that. And I'm not coming from my ego when I'm saying these things. I'm directly channeling from spirit when I'm saying these things, but it still doesn't mean it's going to resonate with you and align with you. Not everything is. You can feel it. It almost feels like when you get a message that's from spirit, from somebody else, it's almost like this sense of relief and pressure just goes away. And it's just like, you just know it, and it just like, it goes away. We have to try to work on thinking about things and being more intentional with our words and being more intentional with our behaviors. And I know we're all aligned and guided and stuff like that, but I'm feeling guided to say that because I feel like as a collective, we're trying to shift and we're trying to align more to our soul. What the fuck is that noise and that clicking? They're just like this like fucking clicking noise. It's driving me mental. We have to, like, as a collective, start working on this together. And this is what's going to actually change us and help us grow. What is that noise? It feels like this clicking in my ear. It's so fucking weird. I'm like, is it when I'm talking? I don't know what the hell it is. And my house is like still as fuck, which means some energy is about to come in. Every time my house gets still, like, and it's like still as fuck, like you can, sometimes I think people, when I do the readings, you can actually feel the energy shifts. It got like crazy ass still. I got this weird ass dizziness and this weird clicking shit in my ear. Yeah, you can, whatever, I forgot the hell I was going. But as a collective, we are trying to get more into like our soul truth and come from that and not so much conditioning. So it's at an individual level, our responsibility to do that, and to, if we don't know an answer, to just say we don't know an answer. If you feel like you have to always answer somebody, that's your conditioning, that's your ego trying to fulfill like a need or a desire or a belief, okay? Like, I will say this till the end of fucking time. Death is one of those things I will never know what to fucking say. I will never give advice on. I can't channel with it. I can give people spirit messages from people who have passed, like that type of stuff. I will never give advice really on that type of stuff. It is not something that's ever in alignment with me. It is not something that I ever know what to say. And I usually will tell people, I'm not even sure what to say to you right now. Instead of just trying to think of an answer, I don't ever know what to say, because it's just something that I never channel messages from spirit. And I think the reason why, for me, I'll explain that because I feel like somebody's like, that makes no sense. for me, death isn't what, I'm trying to figure out how to word this. It's not like I'm trying to say it the right way. I'm trying to figure out how to verbally communicate what I feel. I have seen some of the stuff on the other side. I see, spiritual energy, and I feel all that stuff. So for me, like, death isn't what the human mind is. And I remember even as a kid, never really being too upset about it. Anytime I've grieved a death, it's more so my human side that's like, oh, I'm going to miss them and miss being around them and that emotional attachment and connection to them. So because I see the other side of stuff, I have a very hard time. My human side has a very hard time handling death because my soul side understands the bigger purpose for it and doesn't ever see it as a bad thing, understands whatever. My human side can empathize because obviously, like, I'm close with people and there's people that I would be devastated if they died, but I also understand things different. So it's just not something I can ever advise somebody on because I feel like it's so invalidating to say to somebody like, they're okay, like they're good, this happened for a reason, because I truly know that and believe that, but I'm never gonna invalidate a human's emotions because of that, which is why I don't fucking say shit usually. I'm just like, I'm sorry, if you need support, I'm here for you. I'm not totally sure what to say, and that's usually what I do. So my point is, if you don't know how to advise somebody or you don't know how to say something that's actually soul, whatever, or helpful, then just don't say anything. Just tell somebody, I don't know what to say, rather than trying to make some shit up, rather than giving them ego advice, rather than all of that shit. Who is like showing up in my house right now? Now I got like a fucking spirit like popping their head in here. I fucking knew someone was gonna come in because usually when I get still, like somebody shows up. What a weird ass night, can I just say? Yeah. Anyway, okay. I'm sure you guys got the message you needed to. I kind of want to pull from the angel deck real quick. Hold on. Trying to figure out who the fuck this is. It feels like a male energy, like a younger male energy. I just don't know who it is. I'm not sure I recognize who it is. Like a teenager or something, like a teenage boy. I don't think I've dealt with him before. On the bottom, you got no need to worry. And then the other two cards are peaceful resolution is up to you. So you got no need to worry and peaceful resolution. It definitely feels like this crown chakra overthinking, like some of you guys are overthinking or worrying about stuff because what you're feeling or what you know is different than what you're seeing. Trust the inside. Your internal energy has to shift fully and completely before the external can change. Okay. It takes a little bit for the external to change. You have to go through this for that to change. So try to be patient and trust the process. But Spirit's saying like this, it's up to you card. What Spirit's saying to me is you got to keep coming from here. Like you guys already know the truth. You got to keep coming from here. Don't listen to the outside noise and conditioning. You got to keep coming from here. They can't do it for you. You got to do it for yourself. So I hope that this reading helped, and I'm wishing you guys so much love and light.